Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Wednesday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. In fact, it's the Wednesday before Christmas. It's like exactly 7 days from now until Christmas. So, I mean, better be in that Christmas spirit by now, or else, you're going to get visited by three ghosts for sure. Uh, I'm happy to say that I am in the Christmas spirit. I am super excited. I went to a Christmas party last night. That's why I wasn't able to do my live stream that I usually do on Tuesdays. It was a fun party. It's pretty cool. But I am here to hang out with you guys tonight, and in the spirit of Christmas, we're gonna do Father Christmas, or Santa Claus, as he's known here in the United States. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to hopefully turn out well. I don't know. I haven't done a portrait in a while, so a portrait of Santa Claus is a little bit intimidating, but it's mostly beard. It's mostly beard. It's just this little bit right here that you have to draw. So I think we can pull it off. But if it's all the same to you guys, I'm just going to jump right in, get started. I can see that there's a couple people in the room already. We got a kid in the house. We got Rome Dog. That's enough for a party. Around the holidays, it's a little hit or miss on everybody's schedule. So and then I had to cancel yesterday. So if this is all we get, that's totally fine. We got some awesome people here with us. So as you can see, I kind of already figured out where I want Santa Claus to be here. I kind of sketched out. I think his eyes are going to be here. He's going to have a nose. Some Santas have glasses. This guy's going to have them, I think, unless I pivot. Yeah, I think that's enough to get started. You guys know what Santa Claus looks like. Let's just start drawing him. So hopefully everybody is in the Christmas spirit. Oh, I should probably mention I did tint this paper with some watercolor, like some pinkish watercolor, just to kind of give it a base tone. And then also I did apply some clear gesso so that these pastels will adhere pretty well. So forgot to mention that. I always have to remember to explain my process because some of you guys have been around for a while. I know everybody in the chat has been. Um, but there's new people showing up on my channel all the time. Um, we're not like a going concern yet, but we're getting there. So I'm going to start with like some dark tones to his cheeks so that I can build up some shadow, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's always an ugly phase with doing these pastel pictures. Those of you who have been around for a while, you guys have seen it. Um, you know, it's just piling layers and layers of soft pastel. It's a lot of fun. I do like working with pastels. It's one of my favorite mediums to work with just because I love the effect. I love that you can easily come in and kind of blend it like I'm doing here. Just kind of want to start with some soft areas in his cheek. I know that this isn't the color of skin, so you have to bear with me. There are layers to it, and I'm starting with the darkest layers first. Just kind of massing in some areas where his facial features are. So, yeah, Kid and Rome, hopefully you guys are out there enjoying the holidays. Last year, I actually took 2 weeks off for Christmas. I'm not doing that this year. I'm in it. I'm in it for real. I think I'll do a stream tomorrow at my usual time. I probably won't do one Christmas Eve, just because we do have some holiday traditions of Christmas Eve, and even though I could probably fit a stream in there with those, I'm gonna have to skip that just because I don't want to annoy any family people who who want my full attention. So I won't be doing any streams next. Well, maybe the day after Christmas. Yeah, maybe Thursday of next week. I'll do a stream, but not Tuesday. Yeah, it's so weird that Christmas is just like already here. It's nuts. You wait for it all year and then it just comes out of the blue. I think I think Monday I'm gonna go and check out some Christmas lights at the horse park, which is awesome because there's a lot of animals there. They have a petting zoo. I did that last year, and I've done it a couple of years in the past, but this year I'm going to record some stuff and maybe shoot some video for that. I think it'd be kind of cool. But hopefully you guys are hanging out with loved ones, getting into the spirit of things. Like I said, I truly believe this. Like, I mean, I don't actually believe this, but I do think that like if you don't get into the Christmas spirit, you will be haunted by three ghosts. You know, I just watched so like I would love to know what your guys' favorite holiday movies are. Uh, I've got a few myself. I like the classics. I like Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I have to watch that every year. The other one I have to watch every year just because it's hilarious, and I don't see any reason to watch it any other time of the year. So when it comes around, I'm happy to watch it. And that is Scrooged with Bill Murray. I have to watch that every year. That's some good times. But definitely Christmas Vacation. That never gets old. Chevy Chase. I mean, Chevy Chase gets old, but that movie never gets old. Like I can watch that every year, and never tire of seeing it. Elf. Yeah, Christmas Vacation is a must. Absolutely. Elf. That's another one. I have to watch that every year. Um, Zoe Deschanel is like one of my celebrity crushes, so I like her in it. This is before she became famous. Like she was a New Girl. Um, but this is before all that. So I got to watch that. And Will Ferrell, he's just hilarious, and it's such a wholesome movie too. It's such a good wholesome movie. Um, I guess every Christmas movie is a wholesome movie. Well, I don't know, maybe not Die Hard. So where are you guys on the fence on like whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie? I think it is technically just because it happens at Christmas. Same as Gremlins. Gremlins is a Christmas movie in my book because it happens at Christmas. There's some Christmas themes to it. I think it counts. Christmas Story. That's a good one. Yeah. Hey Larry, how's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Merry Christmas. Hopefully you're um I guess it never gets cold down there in Florida where you're at. So I hope you're having whatever the equivalent of a Christmas is down there. I'm just kidding. It does get a little bit chilly down in Florida. So you never have snow though. I don't know. Maybe there's been snow flurries. Weather's weird these days anyway. So maybe there is some of that. Anyway, just getting some outlines in here. Um, yeah, Christmas Story is kind of a classic Christmas for sure. It's Santa and Larry. Like I feel like Larry can play Santa. All right, so I'm going to get in some flesh color here a little bit. So really, again, when doing pastel portraits, whether it's Santa or anybody, it's just layers, lots of layers, and all the layers kind of build together. I think as I get into the outer parts, I'm going to be a little bit looser, but in here, I kind of want things to be a little bit tighter, you know, a little bit cleaner and more realistic in the face. And then I feel like I can get a little more stylistic on the outside. I can see the color a little bit better than like what you guys probably see through the camera, just because like the lighting in here kind of sucks. But yeah, I've been watching a ton of so like, I mean, I forget all the names of them and stuff like that, but there's like a ton of like Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel. I can't remember any of them for the life of me, so I can't tell you which ones I recommend. But they're all basically the same anyway. Like once you watch one Hallmark movie, you've seen them all. There is one movie that I saw recently, and I didn't even know they filmed this, but they filmed it in this little small town near where I live. It's called Midway to Love. I think it's a Christmas movie. It could just be like a romantic comedy. I don't know, but they actually filmed that here in Kentucky, and I had no idea. Um, but I think that was. I'm trying to remember where I saw that. I think it was on Tubi, maybe. So if you guys want to know, what it's like around here, you guys can watch that. Well, Midway to Love. It was filmed in Midway, Kentucky, which is this little small town. It's just as pretty as it is in the movie. So I can vouch for that. Gotta bear with me on this portrait, guys. There's an ugly phase that takes a little while to develop. Larry has a Santa beard. I have no idea. I think he has a beard. I don't know. Larry can speak for himself. I have to remember where the eyebrows are on this. Get some of this filled in. But yeah, I love me some Hallmark movies. I mean, not a lot of guys will admit that, but I mean, at Christmas, at Christmas, there's nothing better. Kind of getting that Christmas spirit. Gonna get in that Christmas spirit, or you are going to be visited by three spirits. Haunting. Probably started the beard thing. Well, I'm just going off of the drawing that you did, Rome. I don't know if Larry has a beard. I don't think I've seen a picture of Larry in real life. Um, I know what his dogs look like because I did a picture of his dogs. All right, I'm going to quickly get in some. So I was debating like what color eyes Santa would have, but I finally settled on like blue, and I don't know. It was either blue or brown. I couldn't decide. I decided to go with finally settled on blue just because I feel like it would make a great picture to have blue eyes, like kind of a little bit more striking. He looks a little weird right now. He looks like a kind of like a I don't know, one of those Neanderthals you see in the in the museums and stuff. But he'll get there. I'll get some highlights going here, and then maybe his face will start to develop a little bit out of that. This is probably like I've done a couple of Santas. I did two or three of them last year, actually. One for my friend, um, Kurt Russell, as Santa, because he does a Kurt Russell podcast. By the way, if is Larry a white dude? I think Larry's a white dude. Yeah, Larry's a white dude. Come on, pretty sure. Um, yeah, so I did Kurt Russell as Santa for my friend who does a podcast on Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell rules. Like I've talked about that podcast before, but if it's been a while and you forgot about it and stuff like that, you should definitely check it out. I mean, it's really found its stride. I'm um I'm so proud of the guy. Don't tell him that, but yeah, I'm very proud of him for keeping with the podcast and keeping it going and stuff like that. It's really kind of cool. There's a lot of fascinating details about Kurt Russell that I didn't know. But yeah, so I did the Santa for that, and then because I can, his parents portray Santa every year, and that was a lot of fun. So like I got to do his parents as Santa and Mrs. Claus, and that's still somewhere on this channel. Like if you wanted to go searching for that, it's kind of cool. I am I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Larry's beard is getting a big head with all of it. Beard talk. So yeah, I knew he had a beard. All right, let's see if we can get some bushy eyebrows up in here. Can never go wrong with doing Santa eyebrows. Like, you can make them as bushy or as thin as that you want. I prefer bushy because, like, all guys as they get older, like even mine, we all end up with Eugene Levy kind of eyebrows, like thick bushy eyebrows. It's just a, it's just how we age. Um, so I picture Santa's got big, thick, bushy eyebrows, but it's really up to you. You can draw them thin, you can draw them a little bit thicker on the thicker side, whatever you want. It's your world. All right. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to, even though I'd rather work on other things. I'm going to develop the eyes a little bit just so that they don't look so weird. Because like I think that's going to bother me if I don't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of pencil in some eyebrows here. I mean, not eyebrows, eye features so that the eyes look a little bit more developed. I'd rather work like if I was doing this and I wasn't doing a live stream, I would probably work on other features. Um, but it bothers me that his eyes look weird. So let's fix that up. So over this, I got to draw some wireframe glasses as well. So don't let me forget that. We did end up making some homemade eggnog. I mentioned that my dad was going to be on this show. He's traveling, so he's going out of town, um, down to South Carolina to visit all of my relatives and stuff for Christmas. So he won't be able to make it um, this week. So I'm going to try to get him on in the near future. I want to kind of do a stream from the local pub where we can just sit back and have a beer and there's enough space. Like in this room here, there's not really. So I'd have to find some other space for him anyway. So I am going to have to pivot on that one. I thought that I would be able to like set something up before now, but he's going out of town. Like he's leaving tomorrow morning anyway. So he won't be available until like right around Christmas. So hey Edie, how's it going? We're working on Santa Claus here, trying to get some eyes in here before people start like dropping off because he looks weird. So get some eyes. But yeah, so I think it'd be kind of cool to like get my dad drawing with me like while at the pub. So I'm gonna try to do that here in the next couple of weeks or something like that. But just ran out of time before Christmas. I know that you guys were kind of looking for it again. Yeah, like it goes to his head every time that I say, yeah, they really want to see you, Dad, and stuff like that. He's like, oh, really? It's cool. All right, so got some eyes in here. Let's go ahead and add some black. Good old Santa Claus. The only problem with pastels, anybody who deals with pastels knows, is you end up with like a lot of chalk like all over the place. Um, it doesn't usually bother me, but it is something to like. I don't know. Some people have trouble breathing and stuff. I could imagine like over a long career of working with pastels, maybe you might end up with like too much chalk in your lungs or whatever. I don't know. Like coal miners, they end up with something called black lung, and I can imagine there being some sort of equivalent for pastel artists. Hopefully nobody ends up inhaling pastel. I know that a lot of people who work with pastels, they kind of have it at an angle so that like all the powder kind of collects down here, and they have like a little tray or something like that for that. I don't, like just because of how this studio is set up. Pastel lung, yeah. I think that I don't know if that's the thing, but I can imagine, like if you worked with pastels a lot of my favorite artists are actually pastel artists. Like maybe not exclusively, but I know that it doesn't matter. Like if you're a painter, you still need to like learn drawing skills because you'll use that as a painter. So people go back and kind of backfill their skill set with like you know dry mediums as well. And pastel is like the number one color dry medium that people probably pick up. So I would say that even though like majority of them kind of like go off and do painting because they just really want to be a painter and not just a drawer, um, at some point they've worked with pastels. or I would imagine. Getting some of that eye up in here. Um, the other thing with like doing old people's faces, whether it's Santa or just like old people, they're they, so this part up here above their eyelid, like yeah, eyelid, it starts to sag over time. So there ends up being like an overlap. So you have like the eyelid, which is like this little bit here, and then you have the actual bit above the eye that kind of come down and they kind of overlap a little bit. And then, if you can get that right, you can kind of convince people that this is an older person and not like a younger person that you're drawing. So I know I'm spending a lot of time on this on these eyes here in this face, but I feel like if I can nail this stuff through here, a lot of my other stuff is going to be a lot easier to convey because I can be a little bit looser. Get some of those crow feet in there. I'd rather use colored pencils so I can get more detail. Yeah, a lot of people do use colored pencils instead of pastel. It'd be cool, Edie. A lot of people, I don't know why I say a lot of people, probably a little bit of people, a few people, I should say, use both. So there's nothing stopping me from doing a lot of the work. So as you might imagine, getting this much coverage in colored pencils, it could take a while to get that much coverage, right? So what some people do, and I've done this before, and I really like how it turns out, is you can use both. So you can use pastels to get like a lot of stuff in pretty quickly, especially if you're like doing like a kind of a sketchy style, which I hope to do for some of this other areas. Um, and then you come back with Pixent, so you lock it all of it in there, and then you come back with colored pencils over that. So your colored pencils aren't doing the bulk of the work; it's just doing the detail. Um, so I think that that's a really good combination or a good workflow where you do both pastel and colored pencils because I agree, like you're going to be able to get finer detail with colored pencils. Um, it's just the nature of the medium. So like I like the effect of pastels, but it is much easier to do detail work with colored pencils. So if you combine them together, or colored pencil and watercolor, that's another great idea, Romdong. But if you combine them together, then yeah, I mean that's a great way to do it. Like I don't have the time on this show to do that kind of stuff, but because like I can't spray fixant in this room, it would like kill me. But that is something that like whenever I'm working on something and I'm not doing it for the live stream, it is a way that I like to work. I think it creates really cool pictures. So getting the face in here a little bit slowly but surely. I haven't captured the expression though yet. I gotta get that in there. I want him to be jolly. I want him to be happy. Right now he looks tired. He's reflecting my personality. Like I'm tired, but we'll get there. All right, I kind of want to get the glasses in now, just so that they're there. Um, some color. Get some color in there behind the glass frames, so that I don't have to go back over it later. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some glasses in here so that I can start working on his expression. Because I want him smiling. And that's a little bit challenging for me. I don't do enough portrait work where I'm like skilled at doing things like making somebody look jolly, or you know, like most of the portraits that I do, they're like either old tired men, or they're like young attractive women or something like that, and then they've got the model face or something like that. It's not really something that I've been trying to get more expressions in my portraits. I've done a few that I'm proud of, but it's not something that I spend a lot of time on. So I don't have that sort of skill set that I wish I had. All right, I'm going to take my time so that I can get a nice straight line here. The style of glasses for Santa, it's whatever you want. I'm just trying to get something consistent across both sides so that they at least look like they're from the same so that they look like they're the same um, lens on either side. All right, this one's a little bit low. I gotta bring that up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Bring this down. Again, just gotta make sure that the glasses match up on either side so that they're nice and symmetrical. I shoot my foot myself in the foot by doing glasses. Glasses are challenging. I'm not gonna lie. For me, you got too many actual like straight lines that you have to convey. But I think we're doing okay. It is a good idea to do both sides of the glasses at once so that you do get that kind of consistency. You don't want to do like one side and then come back and then the other side doesn't resemble the other one at all. And again, glasses come in all sizes, different shapes and sizes and stuff like that, so don't sweat it too much. But it is something that kind of has to be a little bit consistent. So I'm just going to have this kind of tuck away right now. I'll come back and worry about it a little bit more later. Cheap eggnog with your own bourbon added. Oh, we made some. Well, I didn't make. My dad made some eggnog. It's really good. He ended up following some recipe in here. I don't know if it's one that he supplied, but I know we were talking about it a few streams back, and he ended up making his own, inspired by the chat in here. So that's kind of cool. You guys inspired him to make his own eggnog. All right. I will come back and add some more detail to that. I think this one needs to kind of come down around. It's okay to like mess up a little bit on these glasses because you can actually add like some highlight above it and everything and kind of fix some of that stuff. All right, but I am going to move along down into. So up here I kind of use like more of a darker pencil, but down here I want to use some warmer colors because I really want to start bringing in that smile of his. Good old Santa smile. And then at some point we're gonna have a beard here, but like gotta get the face in there first. I feel like after I get the face in there, I can be a little bit more loose on my style. So since I'm on a different day, usually, like I said, usually I do these streams Tuesdays and Thursdays. I want to give a shout out to anybody who might be showing up that isn't like a regular viewer. If that's you, hey, welcome to the show. I appreciate you showing up. As you can see by the chat, it's a really cool group of core people who pop in. Everybody's super nice. Um, don't be shy. Nobody gives anybody crap for like saying something stupid. I say stuff stupid like all the time. So don't be shy if you want to chat. I'll talk to anybody about anything, literally anything, like, well, most anything. I do want to keep it like kind of family friendly, so not anything, but as long as it's you know, a family friendly topic, I am happy to chat with you about whatever. It is fun for me to just kind of meet new people through this medium. So welcome to the channel, and I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. You guys, I would draw whether I had an audience or not. I mean, it's just it's in my blood. I've been doing this for like a couple of years now. This is actually the end of a of the second year actually, um, because I started this as a New Year's resolution in 2023. So this is my second year doing this, and I really do enjoy doing it. I would do this regardless of whether I had an audience, but you guys being here makes it that much special. So I appreciate it, and I never take you guys for granted. I know that I don't deserve an audience. Uh, I am humbled to have an audience. I really am, and I super appreciate it. So if if there are new people in here, I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys and say I appreciate you popping in. But otherwise, uh, some of the pictures I do, don't really work out, and then some of them do, and it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm always experimenting on this show. I'm always trying to get outside my comfort zone, work on projects that maybe a little bit challenging for me, maybe bit off more than I can chew. Um, Yeah, Edie, sometimes the I can't say that word, anonymity, is anonymity of the chat does bring out the worst in people, but not so much on this channel. Like I haven't had to like block or ban anybody yet. Most people get along. If somebody did come in, it's not a big deal. I can block them pretty easily, but thankfully I haven't had to yet. Most people are just most people are decent people if you just like let them be, you know? Like I don't know. I think that most people are just really nice. Bring that brow over here. I think that works to get that expression in there. Let's see. Yeah, so I need to lift up the face a little bit. So I think I'm going to put in some wrinkles, some crow's feet, I think, to really like give that jolly expression and then kind of round off these cheeks just a little bit excessively, just to kind of yeah, he's already starting to look a little bit jollier. Get some this is a little bit warm like redder than the brush or the pencil I was using up in here. So it kind of creates a little bit of jolliness, I think. I'm getting the circle of death. Oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the type of people who pop in on this channel. Everybody's just super nice. And I think everybody gets along with each other too, which is cool because like I'm sometimes distracted with my picture I'm doing, and so I don't always pay attention to the chat. So the fact that people can come in and kind of like chat with each other and stuff, that makes my job easier. So I appreciate that you guys entertain yourselves. All right. So I think we got a face in here a little bit. I need to clean this up just a smidgen, kind of smooth out some stuff. Um, I think can get some details in there, things like that. But we got a little bit of a face going, so that's good. I do like drawing Santa Claus. Drawing Santa Claus is so fun because you know, at the end of the day, he's just an old man, and I love drawing old people. I mean, older people, uh, because they have so much. They have so much expression on their face. There's so much locked into their face, you know, just by being alive, you know. Let's see, get some. So again, I want them to be jolly. So like, I want to get all of these like little laugh lines and wrinkles and stuff like that in, and get those in there, and it really brings out the expression in his face. Hey, happy holidays, Tom. Yeah, I try to say happy holidays as much as possible. I want to be in the habit of saying happy holidays just because like, you know, you never know. Like I have friends from like all types of different cultures and stuff like that. So like I have some Jewish friends. I have Hindu friends. You know, like um probably got some Buddhist friends in there somewhere. You know, I don't I think I have some Buddhist friends. They don't really talk about it that much, but um so I try to say happy holidays just to like let everybody kind of like participate. But I think most people like a lot of that, you know, like whether you should say happy holidays or Merry Christmas. I think most people just don't care. Like if you say Merry Christmas, um, and they don't celebrate Christmas, they're used to it. They're not going to beat you up over it and stuff like that. So, but I try to say happy holidays as much as possible. But I don't beat myself up over it if I get it wrong or something. And I don't think anybody else would either. But happy holidays, everyone. Whatever you celebrate, enjoy it. If you just enjoy celebrating winter, it is officially winter here in the next couple of days. So that's kind of cool. It's weird that it gets cold and it's not technically winter until like a little bit later. How are we doing on time? I want to make sure that I have enough time to do the rest of his um, portrait. I've been spending a lot of time on his face, which is natural, you know, like you do spend more time on somebody's face when doing a portrait. But I want to make sure that I have plenty of time for everything else as well. Again, just lines after lines and layers after layers. It all kind of comes together. All right, so I'm going to grab my white here and I'm going to try to get, yeah, this will work. I'm going to get like a little bit of a highlight across these glasses because like they do catch the light a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit of highlight on this cheek. Get a lot of highlight across the. So it's kind of hard to see in this lighting and stuff, but that really brings out the frame. It really gives it this three-dimensional look. So you get, you know, these little tiny light details go a long way to like selling it, you know? You just put in these like little highlights here. Now it looks like the lenses are actually in the frames. I love drawing Santa. I just like the idea of Santa, you know? Like I don't know if you guys have ever heard the or read the editorial Yes Virginia There Is a Santa Claus. I love that. Like if you haven't ever read that, I encourage you guys to look it up and read that. It's such a good story. It's perfect for this time of year. it's just a bunch of layers. Like you come in and you kind of like add color on top of color. Sorry, I'm just kind of entranced by the process here, how it kind of comes together. But yeah, I encourage you guys to look that up. It was like in the 1800s or something like that. A little girl wrote into like the newspaper at the time and said something like, "My dad said that there is no Santa Claus or anything like that," and I just wanted to ask you because I trust you as a newspaper or something like that to tell me whether or not there is a Santa Claus. And it's such a great editorial. The guy basically took the stance that yes, there is a Santa Claus, and it's because um, Santa Claus exists because we believe in him, you know, and it's not really that we believe in Santa, you know, the guy, although some of us I'm sure do, you know, people believe anything, um, but more so the idea, the spirit of Christmas, right? We believe in the spirit of Christmas in this in what Santa represents. I just love that, you know, like sure, I got to watch myself because there are kids who watch the show. So like, I'm not going to say that there's no Santa Claus. I'm just saying that, you know, we also celebrate the idea of Santa Claus. Um, and I love that concept. So I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but the little shadows underneath the glasses, that really helps sell it. And then over here, same deal. Sometimes I have to really dig into the paper to get these pencils to work and stuff. So that's why you hear some of that scraping. All right. It's jumping around quite a bit here, but that's okay. Get like a little bit of white. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Yeah, so I think we got a face there. So, all right, I feel comfortable enough with that face that I feel like we can move on to some of these other aspects. Obviously, he still needs a beard, still needs a hat, and so on. So, we're a good portion into this, so I want to make sure that I don't slack on getting those things in there. So, um, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with getting a hat in here. So again, like I said, now that the face is in there, I feel more comfortable getting a little bit looser. This is where using pastels really shine. So like you get in these like large blocks of color and stuff, and they're fairly loosely. It it's a cool style. I like it a lot. Hey Lorraine, how's it going? Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, Santa great is great at marketing. He's like Santa is like the first commercial entity out there, you know. Like in many ways, the symbol of Santa is a marketing device. You know, I think probably Coca-Cola is the one who came up with the modern version of Santa that most people recognize. Now, obviously, Santa is based on historical characters and so on, so it's not all um, marketing and so on. There is like a real historical basis for the idea of a Santa Claus. But yeah, he's totally a commercial figure now. So I feel like I'm gonna be able to get like a lot of this hair in here really quick. Let's see. Let me go ahead and get part of this hat going up here. So you can see like how with the pastels you can really get large areas of color in pretty quickly. And I love this style. So the challenge for me is deciding how much of this to blend out and how much of it to leave rough. Um, I will decide some of that a little bit as I go, but we'll see. Hey, Warhorse, how's it going? But yeah, I mean, I honestly hope everybody's having a great Christmas. I just really started celebrating this past week, and with getting gifts and stuff like that. I'm always late at getting gifts. Um, under the tree. I'm late at getting the tree decorated. Like I only have half a tree decorated right now. Like I haven't even put up like all the ornaments or anything like that. I'm just like always busy. So it's tough for me to get that stuff going. But this past weekend I started watching some of the movies that really make up the holidays for me, and you know I started like thinking like, especially that Scrooge one. Like after watching that Scrooge one, I'm like, man, I better get in the holiday spirit, or else I'm gonna get visited by these ghosts. It's gonna be ridiculous. Um, so I'm all in on Christmas now. I am fully immersed in the experience. So it is definitely Christmas for me now, and I hope that everybody else is feeling that way because like again, it's 7 days away. It is here. If you guys aren't already, you know, out there doing like Christmas parties and stuff like I said, I was at a Christmas party last night. So like if you guys aren't out there already doing that stuff, now's the time, guys. Rome Dog says I used to airbrush my background for these cover. Yeah. So honestly, so this is watercolor here. So that's kind of what I was trying to do there, Rome Dog, is just cover a lot of area, and it gives it a nice uh kind of like underpainting as well. So like if I happen to miss any spots up in here, it's still going to be pink. It's still going to be good for his face. Um, so like whenever I do something like this, I like to pick a color that would be good for the main subject area, which in this case is like flesh tone. Um, on the dog maybe it'd be something else, but yeah, I think that I should just like leave that like that. Nah, it's got. I have to finish it. He looks like he has a big thick bottom left right now. Get a let's get a ho 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 face in here. All right, there you go. Now it looks a little bit better. I wanted to add like a little bit of red to that too. Kind of redden that up a little bit. But yeah, so like doing like a large area of like color really helps it. Let's see, get some of this in here first. Drag that out away from his nose. I think last Christmas I went on a Christmas riverboat cruise. That was kind of cool. I was just thinking about like past Christmases and what I did. Get some lines going out away from face. Might have to go back over this several times to get all of the texture in there. I kind of want this in here to kind of like circle back, kind of come back up into the face. The one of the things that kind of sucks about doing a Santa Claus, I mean, not really, it doesn't really suck, but one of the things you have to be aware of is that everybody knows what Santa Claus is supposed to look like. So if you fail, if you screw up, people will know instantly. It's not one of those things that you can kind of brush off and be like, yeah, 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 yeah. I kind of got Santa. No, they will know if you failed. So it's got to be it's gonna be on your A game. That's all when doing Santa. He's one of the most recognizable faces out there. Oh, you're playing with three puppies? Aw. Blue Tick Cornhound mom and Great Pyrenees dad. Oh, that's awesome. You know, puppies are a great Christmas gift. I think each of my dogs were Christmas gifts. Now that I think about it. Um, let's see. Yeah, each of my dogs. Guinness was a Christmas gift, and Bear was too. I think even the cat was a Christmas gift. So yeah, I mean, great Christmas gifts. That said, like you have to be able to support the animal. Like, don't just go get a dog for Christmas because it's an easy gift. Make sure that the person who's receiving the gift is capable of taking care of the animal. All that jazz. So again, as you get further away from your focal point, which in this case is his face, you can feel free to get a little bit more loose with your marks. And I think that that's a great style. Oops. So I just kind of want to add like a little bit of base color in this beard. That side. Before coming over it with white. Let's see, get a little bit. And again, this is why you applied the clear gesso to the paper so that it really picks up this pastel when you scrape it across like this. Good old Santa Claus. Looking pretty good so far. Hey, because I can. Because Ken is who I mentioned earlier. His parents actually play Santa and Mrs. Claus and stuff. So that's one of the Santas that I did last year. I think it turned out pretty good. Hopefully they enjoyed it. But yeah. So like, this is probably I think my third Santa. I've done quite a few. Never gets old though. I really enjoy doing Santa Claus. Um, Santa Claus is awesome. And even though he's a fictional character, probably most of my pictures that I do of Santa come out looking probably like the most realistic portraits that I do because I suck at portraits. I mean, I don't completely suck at portraits, but so I'm kind of smoothing some of this stuff in so that when I come back over it with like some highlight layers and stuff like that, they kind of like the contrast between um, something looking like soft and out of focus and something like actually being in focus and stuff. It's a great way to make the upper layers kind of like stand out. So I think kind of come down from the nose. I think I'll put his shoulder there. 100% they loved it. Great, awesome. Yeah, I mean, who would, who doesn't like a Santa picture? Santa pictures are awesome. Get some. I want to kind of cut it off there. Bring it around there. Some of this I'm kind of making. I have a reference picture, but it's basically just of an old man. So I'm kind of making up some of this Santa outfit stuff. But, like everybody knows what Santa looks like. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great all the time. Cool. Right around here. Let's come up. We've been having some weird weather here lately. So like I wanted to snow for Christmas and stuff, but what we've got instead is like a crap ton of rain. Like there is so much water out there right now. It's ridiculous, but it's all from rain. Um, we've been having like uh, I am aware that some of you guys are probably freezing out there. But around here we've been going between like 50 degrees to um like down to like 20 degrees. It's crazy. It's crazy all the the range of it all. It's just nuts. Here in Kentucky it's like that though. Like we have Indian summers that like last way into like December sometimes. And then like by January it's like it's just frozen out there. January and February it's just gonna be frozen. Sometimes it's frozen by this time of year, but it doesn't look like it's going to be this year. All right, so I know that this is like kind of smoothed out too much and it's like lacking detail, but that's okay. We're gonna get all that in here. Get all that back in here. All right, that's good. Let's start getting some of that white back in. So what's great about pastels is they do like layer really well. And like I said, if you the trick is having paper with some tooth to it. And in this case, I don't. Like this is just regular mixed media paper. But you can apply some tooth by using that clear gesso that I talked about before. So um, it is it is something that you can apply to any paper really or any surface. Like you can do pastel on wood even if you really wanted to by applying that clear gesso, and it gives you that tooth that it needs to really lock these these pastels into the paper. And once they are locked in, it's you do have like several layers that you can use before you run out of tooth. And then, if you run out of tooth, you can apply some fixant to it, like some workable fixant, and that'll apply like some more tooth to it. So you never really run out. It's just whether or not you have to do some more work. But I mean, depending on the picture, like this picture probably is like a little bit light on like layers. I'm not trying to go really, really in depth here. I just want to give the essence of a Santa Claus. Actually, I just really want to hang out with you guys and have a good time. But the yeah, so like I don't need a ton of like layers to pull this off. You always need like a good minimum of 3 layers. So like one is the background layer, so like the soft background and stuff. Another is like kind of a mid-tone, and then like highlights and so on. So like here in this beard, I want kind of like a backdrop to it, but then also, you know, some like fur. I want that fur to be able to go various different places, and then maybe come back over it and add a few highlights. So, it could be that you get to the point where you want like a bunch of different layers and stuff, but then if you find that you're running out of tooth on your paper, there's ways to apply more. The easiest is just like to spray it down with that workable fixative. Um, that locks the pastel that you've already placed on the paper into the paper, and then gives you some tooth that you can continue working over it. We'll get a nice beard in here. Smooth some of this stuff out. Dog says, "Be right back." I think I'm gonna go back to watching some more Hallmark movies tonight after I'm done with this stream. Like seriously, like the Hallmark Christmas movies, they're all just like it's always the same plot. You've got either a guy or a girl who lives in the big city. They're not very happy with their life. They lived in a small town and then they moved to the big city, for jobs or whatever, career. And then they started realizing that they're not really happy with the big city life. They want to, they, they visit their hometown that they grew up in for Christmas, and they see the guy or the girl that they used to like in high school, and they start thinking about that person, and then they start thinking about like, am I really happy in the city? The answer is always no. Um, somebody's like a secret millionaire, always like the person has like shit ton of money. Like it's always that way. But they don't tell the person. They make the person think that they're poor. It like all the stories are the same. I can write like a Hallmark Christmas special, but they're fun. They're fun. They get you in the Christmas spirit. They get you kind of jolly and all that stuff. Thinking about it, like heartwarming and all that. And like if you are from a small town, I'm from kind of like from a small town. My dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. But most of my family is from this tiny little place in South Carolina. Um, so I can relate to that. I don't know. I never lived in New York, so I've never had a reason to move back to a small town or anything like that. But I get it. I think what it is that like all the writers for like the Hallmark Channel who live it, like all the Hollywood writers and stuff like that, they used to live in small towns. So it's basically they're writing their own life story. Like they want to move back to the small town, but they can't because their jobs in New York or whatever, wherever people write these stories. I just think it's kind of funny. Got to get all that detail into this beard here, guys. All that visual stuff to look at. And you see how fast it went after we got the face in there. You know, this this beard stuff, it goes pretty quick. But yeah, I could definitely write like a Hallmark story. That'd be easy, I think. I think I could pull that off. All right, so I want to get some highlights into um, his his hat and his jacket so that you kind of see what's going on there. I do love working with pastels. So anybody got any like things they want from Santa? Like if there are any kids in the room, like sometimes there are. If you want something from Santa, now's the time to ask. You got Santa right here. You can ask him anything you want. I don't know if he's going to respond, but you can ask. Some, I like this red here. This is nice red. Sometimes you like fall in love with the color. This is a nice red. Grew up in a town of 6,000, joined the army, and lived in San Diego for 2 years and Honolulu for a little bit longer. That's cool. In both places, I have more people living with a block of me than the town I grew up. I understand that. My folks, they live in the same, like they live around here now, but they were in a small town of like 2,000 people, a little place called Ripley, Ohio. And that place is small. The town I used to live in Maysville, Kentucky. They have a population of about 10,000. So, yeah. And then the town that I mentioned that all of my family's from is a little place called Newberry, South Carolina. I think that they probably have about 10,000 too. I don't know. Now I live in a county with a population of under $20,000. And that's just the county. That's crazy. I'm not really sure how many people live in my county. Um, so Lexington, Kentucky is basically a college town. So like, college city, I guess. We have um, um, sorry, we have a, we have the University of Kentucky. So like, if you watch basketball and stuff, you might be familiar with them. Um, but yeah, like that is basically what Lexington is built around. Like, there's other things, but that's like the big thing is the University of Kentucky. So total, total, like like Lexington is still pretty small compared to other cities. I want to say under 200,000 total. I'm not really sure. Certainly, Louisville would have more people. Can't really say. I don't know. Gotta get the folds in. So that's one of the things I like about doing Santas is I like clothing where there's like a lot of folds and stuff like that. Like when I was a kid, I used to draw Batman mostly just so I could put folds in his like cape. Um, I used to do I used to do characters that wore robes. Um, I used to do I don't know like businessmen in suits and stuff like that where they have like I don't know like trench coats on. I don't know like mafia people or something like that, and they always had folds and all that stuff. I just love doing folds and clothing and stuff like that. I love the shadows of it, of the highlights. It's pretty cool. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great on time. Cool. I need to use pink, not white. A little bit of pink highlight in here. I think that looks cool. All right. Where's the white? There we go. Let's get some white folds up in here. I mean, white, fur sticking out. Just layers upon layers. What's great about pastels is that you can go like really opaque over even like a darker area like this red that I've got going on up here. It works that well. Let's get some. Gotta get a little bit of soot on Santa's hat. You know, he likes to go digging around in people's fireplaces and so on. Oh, Merry Christmas, because I can. I appreciate you stopping in. Hope you have a great holiday. Hope you have a great, safe, and happy holiday. Because like New Year's is right around the corner as well. So I encourage everybody to have a safe holiday season. Appreciate you stopping in. We love because I can around here. He's one of the people who are regulars. Stops in all the time. I love that. A little bit of a contrast between the hat and the face, so that you can really see how things. I think he looks pretty jolly. I was a little concerned about that. I didn't know if I got that in there. I think it's in there enough. I also wanted to add a little bit of blue, I think, in some areas. I know it looks gray on camera, but I think the I think blue and white really work well together. I used to draw comic books, characters and stuff like when I was growing up, and one of my favorite characters was Storm Shadow, and Storm Shadow is a ninja, but he wears white outfits, and to get the shadows on you know a costume that is mostly white is a little bit tough. So you end up using like a light blue for that a lot. So I think blue and white work really well together for that kind of thing. An old Jolly Saint Nick. This should be a Christmas card. Um, I want to give out more Christmas cards. I got a Christmas card from someone, and I did not expect it, and it brought so much joy to me. I feel bad because I really, really want that to be part of my thing is sending out Christmas cards, and I'm not there yet. I would love to get to that point where I am doing that. Um, so just there's a Christmas card out there for everybody in spirit. There you go. But this is what I would like to do is like actually create things like this and then send it to people as like the Christmas card. That would be cool. All right, let's see if I can get little wisps of hair coming out up here. Yeah, I like that. So just like these little tiny effects, like just these little tiny details and stuff, they really go a long way to giving people something to look at. That's really that's really why you're creating art anyway, right? Giving people something to look at. And these like little wisps that kind of come off of his face, that it really helps. Just these little lines that I've added automatically creates all kinds of like depth and um, visual interest. Consider this my Christmas card to all of you guys, and I'm just saving a shit ton of postage by posting it on YouTube. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's your Christmas card. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. One of the things that I didn't get to do this year that I kind of regret, it's just, man, I've been so busy, and then with the whole taking care of somebody who was sick, I just really haven't had the time. Uh, I like to I like to decorate a Christmas tree just out in the middle of nowhere. And I use like solar panels for that. I didn't get to do that this year, but I have a video of that somewhere on my channel. I don't know. You'd have to search for it, where I did that a couple years back, and I've been doing it ever since. I wasn't able to do it this year. The other thing is like those um those solar panels don't really last very long, so I need to replace them. But that's fun. I like doing that, and that is a tradition of mine that I didn't get to keep this year, and I'm kind of bummed by it. But that's all right. I'll make up for it next year. That and giving out Christmas cards are my my 2025 goal. Wow, 2025. That's crazy, right? Already 2025. That's nuts. Anybody got any New Year's resolutions already? I know it's a little early for that, but you've got some New Year's resolutions. I mean, like I said, this whole channel is a New Year's resolution. It's my 2023 New Year's resolution to be more creative. So I am definitely interested in other people's New Year's resolutions. I don't think I have any of my own. Just to be more productive and you know, kind of keeping track of things more. Like I get lost sometimes. I do find that I have a tough time focusing sometimes, and I really want to work on that. I want to be more productive. I want to get things done. 2025 is kind of like the year I have to do that. It's like in terms of where I want to be in life. So I really need to buckle down. That's my 2025 goal. I feel like I want to do more with my art in 2025. I really want to you know, some of my goals this year I wasn't able to accomplish. Like I really wanted to get my coffee paintings into the that that coffee house. I feel like I could have pulled that off, and I just didn't because got like sidetracked on other projects. Um, I don't want 2025 to end and be in the same boat, where I didn't get everything done that I really wanted to get done. So I'm gonna work on that. But I'd love to hear what you guys have. Like, okay, Rum Dog's got to stream more. That's cool. Maybe shoot for monetizing. I like that. Yeah, I've almost got enough subscribers to monetize, but I don't have the watch hours, so like that's not really a goal of mine. Just because I don't I don't know if like what I do is enough to get people to watch to the point where YouTube feels like I'm something. So instead of like worrying about what YouTube thinks, my goals are just to have fun and you know stream because I want to stream, not because there's any money in it. Like YouTube wants you to have 4,000 watch hours. I think I've got like 3,000 or something like that. They want you to have 1,000 subscribers. I've got almost that much. So I think I think I'll have more enough subscribers before I'll ever have the watch hours. And the problem is that each year the it's like 4,000 watch hours in a year, right? So like each year it resets. So that's the problem. Like I could probably get 4,000 watch hours, but they keep subtracting ones that I've already gotten. So yeah, I'm just not a going concern, but that's okay. That's all right. Just some random dude drawing pictures and stuff. I mean, you guys enjoy watching it, so that's all that matters. Yeah, I got a decent amount of watch hours, but it's not the watch hours that YouTube wants. YouTube wants you to have 4,000 watch hours, and I'm short of that. And like I said, every time, like for example, this week, I'm doing a stream today, but uh, last week or the week before, because somebody was sick and I was taking care of them, I didn't get to do any streams. So whatever hours I had already had got subtracted because I didn't do a stream. So whatever hours I had in the previous year, it's just a big old mess. It's like it's one of those things where if it ever happens, that's great, but it can't be a goal of mine because it's not something I control. So, and I think that's important. When trying to figure out what your New Year's resolutions would be, it's like What are things inside of your control? What are things that you can do to improve your life? I don't think that includes like relying on somebody else, right? So like if your New Year's resolution is to make more money, you shouldn't have as a New Year's resolution to get a promotion at work, because that's not really up to you, or get a raise at work. That's up to your supervisors and stuff. I think your New Year's resolution should be something that you have control over. It's something that you can make happen, which I think is a lot. You know, I think that people are able to accomplish a lot, and they may not realize it. But yeah, I wouldn't leave your New Year's resolution up to somebody else. I'm just refining the face here, by the way. Uh, you know, now that we've got a beard in there and so on, you can see things kind of come together pretty quickly. At this point, you've got a really good base of a picture here. So like everything else is just bonus, you know. Um, I had a, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna use this instead. But yeah, I think that I think there's enough in life that you do have control over, that there's no point in stressing the stuff that you don't. Like I am in complete control over how much exercise I get, right? So like if I want to like, and you know, I've been eating throughout the holidays and stuff like that. So I do want to lose a few pounds here in the beginning of the year. That's not up to anybody else. That's completely up to me. I have control over how much exercise I do. And, you know, that's a matter of discipline. I can do that. That's a great New Year's resolution. Any bad habits I have, like I used to be a smoker back in the day. I don't smoke anymore. And, you know, I have control over that. I know that I can, you know, keep myself from smoking. Like, first off, I have no like I have no desire to smoke. That's how long it's been. For anybody out there trying to quit smoking, let me know, because I have some great tips for you. But after a while, you don't even crave it anymore. Not at all. So if your New Year's resolution is to quit smoking or something like that, I can help you out with that. I've got some good pointers. But yeah. So like I like having New Year's resolutions where I'm in control of the outcome, or at least I get to contribute to it, and it's not at somebody else's will. Like I said, if you really want like to make more money, your New Year's resolution shouldn't be something like I'm going to get a promotion or I'm going to get a raise or something like that, because you're not. That's only partially up to you. Like you have to do well at work in order to get the promotion, so it is partly up to you, but it's also like not really up to you. It's up to your supervisors or your boss or whatever. Like people have these like vision boards and stuff like that where they like try to will things into existence. That's all great, but also, you know, there are plenty of things that you do have control over. So just shoot for those first. I don't have like a vision board or anything like that. I just kind of hope for the best. I don't know. I don't. I don't feel like I need to. Some people do have those, like Pinterest, for example. Like they'll post a bunch of pictures of Pinterest on Pinterest of things that they want. I just don't want much. I want to be left alone to create art. That's what I want. That's my goal. How do you put that on a Pinterest board? I don't know. Like I don't care about like a fancy house. I don't care about, you know, fancy car. The car I'm driving now is like the same car I've had for, I don't know. I want to say at least like 7 years. I don't know how long. It is about time I get a new one. Like it has seen better days, but it's not. I wouldn't get a new one because I care about what it looks like. I would get a new one because you know, I care about like reliability and making sure that the car is going to get me to the store and so on. If we all put Jeremy's video on overnight for a month, we can bump him over. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of cool. But I want it to be more like organic, you know. So like, if more people showed up and everything, that's cool. But I don't want like fake it or anything like that. You know, I don't, I don't, I don't want to like do any kind of tricks or something to get that many watch hours. Because it's going to be sustainable anyway. In order to make any money on YouTube and stuff like that, you need to keep the viewership. So there's no point in faking it just to get over that threshold. So that's not really a goal of mine to join YouTube Partners program. More a goal of mine is to focus on improving my art, getting better at it, having more fun with my viewers. I think that there's lots of room there for improvement. Um, I think that my art has gotten better over the last year, which is cool. I would love to just continue doing that. I don't care about YouTube's partner program. I'm here for the I'm here for the art. This past year is the year that I started doing my coffee paintings. I think those really turned out well. Um, Pictures like this and stuff like that. I'm not saying that all my pictures from 2023 are terrible because they're not. It's just more consistency. So like 2024 has been more consistently decent work. And I'm not saying all my stuff is all that great. It's not. Um, there's definitely some room for improvement, but you guys get what I'm saying. I think. I don't know. Maybe you get some. All your sponsorships would end up being food related after a while. That is true because they probably do make all the sponsorships or like all the ads whatever related to like the content that you guys talk about, and all you guys ever talk about is food. So yeah, 100% it would all be food related. And like I would end up being a spokesperson for like HelloFresh or whatever those like meal kits are. That's awesome. Get some darkness down here. So I like creating contrasts and stuff. So like as the picture starts fading out down in here, I like to create some dark areas. In fact, I'm going to make that really bold here. And as you get to these like outer layers and stuff, I like to just scrape the pastel across the paper. Like I'm not looking for anything kind of like blurred out and stuff when you get down into these areas. I want it to look textured. Yeah, that looks awesome. And then kind of come back over those areas with a little bit of just something to kind of break it up a little bit. Right. Kind of. So at this point, I'm just adding like little detail layers or detail marks, I guess. And again, I'm trying to be loose with it. As you can see, I added some like lines up here to kind of like make it look looser than it actually is. So some of that stuff is like, I don't know, it's kind of cheating. It's stuff that should be like artifacts left over from the beginning, but whatever. So I really want to punch this up a little bit and like add some like really bright colors. So let's see if I can do that with, you know, I mean, it's still keeping in the same like warm, um, color scheme, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I've been drinking bourbon. Kid says it looks awesome, so that's all that matters. As long as kid thinks it looks awesome, it matters. Like I feel like I've done my job. All right. I'm gonna try to sneak in some pink through here, kind of jolly him up. Yeah, I like this phase of it. So like once everything's gelled a little bit and like you feel pretty good about things, you can come back and add like just random things. So like I really like this blue. Like I said, it doesn't show up well on here, but you know just throw in some blue to kind of like go well with these orange marks and stuff like that. So it kind of comes off looking gray, but that's fine. Um, I had another pastel, like a Rembrandt pastel around here, but I can't find it, like for the white. So I have to rely on this one. But just adding, adding little marks to kind of like give it like a bit of an overlay. We want his hair to kind of fluff up around some of these spots. Yeah, I think we're getting close to being done, guys. Put some really bright areas in here. All right, and then I kind of wanted to do this. I don't know how this is going to look, but so I got some powdered white here. I kind of wanted to, do the whole snowfall kind of deal. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but kind of get some sprinkles in here so it's not all solid. Yeah, I like that. Just sprinkles of white. Kind of sprinkle it around. Maybe that's a bit much. Anyway, who knows? That didn't really do as much as I thought it would, but that's okay. It still looks like Santa Claus, and I think that's great. I think I am going to call this done here in a moment. Just kind of want to get some highlights into here. Get like a little twinkle in the eye. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a bit too much on this side. Get a second bit over there. I think that's good. A little bit there. Little highlights here and there, just to kind of break it up. Give me a second, docs. We're almost done. Looks like Santa to me, guys. Hopefully it does to you as well. All right. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Like a little bit more of his beard down there. I don't like smooth areas down here. I feel like we can pick that up a little bit. All right, and then I did kind of tape this down so that I could do that background color. I just want to see what a clean edge looks like real quick. So if you bear with me real quick, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Just see what that clear little edge looks like. Sorry about the dogs in the background there. They get excited whenever I start wrapping things up. So I like that. I like that nice little smooth edge there. Kind of peel this off. Paper is going to be a little bit warped because it's not watercolor paper, and this is like mixed media paper that I use. But I think that's fine. Like if I were to spray this down, get it like all embedded, and then put it inside of like a frame and stuff like that, none of that would matter. All right, jolly old Saint Nick, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. This was a lot of fun for me. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys on the holidays and stuff like that, catching up with you guys at Christmas. You guys are kind of like my extended family. I mean, I've got a family, obviously, and stuff like that. I enjoy hanging out with them, but I enjoy hanging out with you guys as well. You guys are my YouTube family. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed the Santa. I think it turned out pretty cool. I like how I kind of stylistically I stood up. I don't know. I've been drinking bourbon. I don't know what the right word is. Gave it a little bit of style. Um, I think that I was a little concerned about making him look jolly. I think he looks jolly enough, so that's cool. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I did. Hopefully in 2025 I can do more portraits. Like I said, it's not my strong suit. Sometimes they come out looking good, sometimes they don't. But I think Santa turned out all right here. So um, I'm gonna try really hard to come back tomorrow and do like another live stream. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Hopefully it'll be Christmas related as well. But I don't have any ideas yet. So like if you guys have any great ideas of Christmassy type things, wintry type things that you might like to see, this probably will be the last stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream will be the last one before Christmas. So let's put our thinking caps together. Drop a comment below and let me know. Oh, the Grinch. That's a great one. Never mind. Okay, all right. Unless somebody comes up with something better than the Grinch, I'll do the Grinch. Um, so we'll have Santa and also the Grinch. That'd be great. And then I'll be back probably the day after Christmas for some more stuff. I think it'll be awesome. So, all right. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your Christmas season. Again, like I said, if you're not in the Christmas spirit yet, make sure that you do, or else you're going to be visited by three ghosts. It's just going to happen. So like, hopefully you guys feel the spirit of the year. It doesn't take much. You don't have to be rich. You can be poor and still enjoy Christmas. A lot of people have lost loved ones and stuff like that. It's a sad time of year for them. But just find little ways to make it an extra special time of the year, because that's really what Christmas is all about. It's not perfect for everybody, but it's that time that we make that a little extra effort. So, help somebody out if they can, if they're in need. Just be there for somebody. Sometimes it's just being there to talk to somebody. You never know. But it is Christmas, so hopefully you guys are deep into the Christmas spirit. So I'll stop dragging on. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. See ya. Bye, guys.